well, this is gonna be Ultimate Ben versus Naruto. Equal stats, equal hacks. Add a character. So, Alistair, do you want to give your first win con?
Okay,
And
then I'll
ping
my.
you. I'll ping you at the scan zone.
Okay, so
No, zone 3. Alright, so you want to give your first win con?
okay, I'm gonna argue first. Cellular destruction with Ross and Sharkin.
So first, could you post the scans for that? All right. All right. So how exactly is he gonna like cellularly destroy me?
Um, it will basically attack every cell in the body and sever the link between them all.
Yeah, I know that, but like, how does he do it? Like, does he have to do like certain movements? Are they like passive? Could he like stand there and do it? Like, how does he do it? That's what I'm asking.
Okay, so basically he hits you with the Rasengan Shuriken, right? He either throws it or he just runs up to you and does it. And when the Rasengan Shuriken hits you, it's already destroying you at a cellular level. Well, as soon as it makes contact.
Okay, so it has to touch me.
Yes, it makes contact.
Okay, yeah, I gotta counter this. So, I'm just gonna argue that Ben is just gonna go intangible, and I'll get you that.
Now, when you're talking about intangibility, I'm assuming he's doing this via Ghost Freak.
No, not Ghost Freak. Well, he can, but I wasn't gonna argue with Ghost Freak.
I remember there's another alien that can do that. I think Big Chill.
Big Chill. Yeah, I was gonna argue with him, and I'll get you that stuff.
Okay. All right. Let's see.
Yeah, I got this scan. I'm just looking for like the timestamp. Yeah, I'm just looking for the timestamp because it's a 22-minute video. Alright, yeah, I got the timestamp. I'll post it. Alright, so skip to 6 minutes and 39 seconds. And so pretty much when he goes intangible and you try like touching him, it's pretty much like gonna be like freezing you along with it if you like try touching Big Show while he's intangible. It's at 6 minutes 39 seconds.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna argue that Naruto would still be able to hit you because he can like fight and affect Madara's limbo clones. Madara's limbo clones being on like the invisible realm of limbo, so they're technically on like a different plane of existence. So with his intangibility wouldn't really like work per se if he can fight beings that are technically on like a different plane of existence like that.
All right, I'll just go through this. So, like, what exactly do you mean by different plane of existence?
Okay, so as Mars says in the top one, that the limbo clones exist in the invisible realm of limbo. And this invisible realm is normally it's basically a realm overlapping the real one, but it's a different like plane of it. So this so let's say for example, well, I'm in this like okay, so for example, I have a limbo clone. I cannot see or touch or interact with said limbo clone, but that limbo clone can technically see and interact with me. Except,
Well, that doesn't really like answer my question because like has like shown to like work on like non-physical beings because like yeah like your limbo clones like are they like still like physical because I'm pretty much like you're pretty much like trying to like say like well, are you I'm not trying to like strawman you but are you trying to say like this is like worked on like invisible beings.
yeah, because as the second scan says, like, well, not really invisible, like on the same, like, it's not like okay, so not just invisible, but they are technically intangible. You can walk through them, but with his six paths chakra, like they still like they can physically interact with them too.
Okay, so like it's some so the limbo clone can like walk through people,
Yeah,
but that doesn't necessarily like grant intangibility.
like it's not just that it can walk through people. I'm saying that it's it's not technically a physical entity. More so, it is like it's kind of like a spirit in some way, but it's on a different plane of existence overlapping this one. So
So like
you can interact with it, but it can see it can like see and interact with you technically if it wants to. But for the most part, it's a separate like planes, so you can
Okay,
like it
well,
would just be intangible for the most part.
I mean, the scans you posted, they don't really which scan does it
Extrapolate
say?
on it, right? Yeah.
Like, it doesn't really say like anything about like non-physical beings. It's just talking about like invisible beings because like when you're like invisible, you could still like physically be hit. It's just that like you can't be seen really. Like I'm like going into a non-physical form.
Okay, hold on. Let me bring up uh, it's like a translation from part of the data books.
All
That
right.
that explains it better.
Well, I just like read through it. Wait. Perceiving this phantom is impossible. The enemies unprecedented invites disaster. A person who possesses this rune can intervene and adjust. Yeah, sorry, adjacent world and extremely
That's
distant
just the
world in this
full.
space.
That's just like the full look of the scan that I got it from, just to make sure, like, you don't think I'm lying or
Well,
anything.
I just read through that. Where does it like really imply it can like interact with like non-physical beings?
Like the limbo clones themselves are non-physical beings, and that's what it's implying.
Oh, let me do this again. Scoring against. I mean, the skin you posted isn't like nothing really implies non-physical. It just says like you can become invisible.
Okay, you pro. All right. So I'll pay close attention to this. The second, it's the third sentence that mainly implies it. In a space, a shadow is produced, which everyone who is connected with current world can't feel, meaning that they are in essence intangible to this world.
Well, like intangible beings can like still hurt physical beings.
Exactly.
It's
And this
just
is
that like yeah, it pretty much just says like oh wait, the current. Oh, okay. All right, yeah. So yeah, I'll grant that. So I'm just gonna counter it with type beta mortality because the Omnitrix gives Ben type beta mortality, and I'll get you that. Alright, I posted the scans for type 8 immortality. So like even if you like do kill me on like a cellular level, I'm just gonna come back with type 8 immortality.
Mhm.
The second clip is like where like the type 8 immortality is actually shown, like right after Ben gets killed.
Mhm. Okay, so just watch those. So basically, what you're saying is, as long as he is like the wielder of the Omnitrix, is
Yeah,
that
it's type 8 immortality.
okay then? Well, I guess I'm just gonna argue that I'm going to destroy the Omnitrix.
Alright, yeah, I'll get the counter for that. So how are you gonna destroy the Omnitrix exactly?
Just by like raw, uh, and just by raw power and ability alone. Like because we're saying Shuriken and will probably like when his Rasengan Shuriken hits you, like it also induces an explosion. I'm gonna try to find the scan for that too. So in that explosion, it's also going to destroy the Omnitrix.
Yeah, alright, I got a counter to this.
Like my voice sounds a little shaky. It is really cold in my.
So pretty much I'm just gonna say like he won't like physically be able to destroy the Omnitrix because in his fight with like the Galactic Gladiator, he was pretty much like smacking him around and like throwing him into planets, and the Omnitrix was just like still fully intact.
Well, how much of that was the fact that Alien X was just so much stronger than Galactic Gladiator? Because the Omnitrix does
Actually,
create the perfect example of a.
at the it was at the beginning of the fight he was doing this, and the Galactic Gladiator was actually stronger than him because like Ben was like still like Alien X was still restricted by his personalities, and then like in the middle of the fight, he literally had to like convince them to give him like full control over Alien X, and then he started beating the Galactic Gladiator. And if
Mm,
you'd like, I'll even get you that.
uh, yeah. Um,
I just got it. I'll
the
post it.
scan for the saying Shuriken explosion, just for reference.
Alright, yeah, I guess I'll just. I posted the scan, and with the whole like Omnitrix giving like the prime example, the Omnitrix itself is giving Ben the prime example. It's not giving itself the prime example.
Hmm.
Like, and he pretty much like won't even like be able to like take off the Omnitrix off his wrist because like the Omnitrix, like when he got it, was literally like genetically linked to him.
Hmm. Right. Yeah, that's right. So,
And one thing I'd also like to ask is that how do you even know like this weird watch is like giving Ben his power? Because like Ultimate Ben doesn't even like transform. He pretty much just gets all of like the abilities of his aliens while remaining in human form.
like, I feel like you might not even really need to know because of the whole. Because again, like the explosion would be destroying you and the Omnitrix with you.
Yeah, but the thing is that the Omnitrix literally could take like it can literally like tank attacks from like people who are like physically superior. So like I'm just gonna say like he won't even be able to like destroy it at all. And I even shown that like it's tanking attacks from like the Galactic Gladiator who at the beginning of the fight was actually superior to Alien X.
Like you showed the you showed the alien itself tanking the attacks. How you know if it was
And
just like like if the Omnitrix itself took a direct attack from
I mean,
it? You
I
showed the
mean,
alien taking the attack.
yeah, but the thing is that like the Galactic Gladiator was like not only targeting his chest while like when he like right after he slammed Alien X into a planet, and I can even like show you pretty much like Alien X and the Omnitrix surviving in a void of nothingness. Like it can literally survive in nothingness. And if you'd like, I can get you that.
Yeah, that's a scam for that.
Yeah, pretty much it survived in a void of nothingness.
Hmm. Wait, are you referring to like when the universe got destroyed by like, the Chrono Sapien time bomb, and that was like the void of
No,
nothingness?
no, it was something else. It was like when like the Annihilar destroyed the universe. Like it
Oh
pretty much.
yeah, that was what I was talking. That was what I was talking about. I
Yeah,
guess.
that's what I'm referring to. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
because like it also like destroyed not only like the universe itself, but like also its like space time continuum. Like it like the clip even shows that there was like absolutely nothing remaining except for Alien X.
All right. Um. Oh, all right. I'll accept that.
All right, so could I? So like, do you accept my counter to cellular destruction?
Yeah. I accept Type A immortality.
Yeah, like your cellular destruction wouldn't matter because of my Type 8 immortality.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So if you don't mind, I'll give my first win con.
Go ahead.
All right, so I'm gonna first argue BFR clockworks like time beam can like BFR you to another timeline.
Um. All right, then I guess I'll have to accept that. I don't think I have anything that's really it's like a counter to BFR.
Alright, so you want to give another one con?
Yeah.
Alright.
I'll argue ceiling then
Alright.
via. All right, I'll argue sealing via magnet style Rasengan.
Okay, so could you post scans for that?
Sec.
Alright, yeah, I'll look at this.
Hmm?
Yeah, I'm just going through this right now.
All right. Well, my volume was low. Did you accept that, or are you looking for a counter?
Oh, I'm still reading the scan.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Okay, well, how exactly does he seal people?
All right. So basically, puts his sealing jutsu on a Rasengan or Raseng Shuriken, and again, if it touches you, it seals you.
Okay, so like, does he have to like make like a movement to do that?
Um, the Rasengan just has to make contact with you.
Alright, so you
You
can
can
pretty
just
much just
make a like
yeah,
he makes it like he makes a regular ass Rasengan. It's just he adds magnet style to it.
alright, well, I'm just gonna grandstand my time beam and just say like he's not only gonna like BFR you, he's also just gonna like BFR the attack away from him.
Um, I'm just gonna argue that it won't hit me then with 3 layers of sensory. Okay.
Well, what exactly do you mean by like sensory?
Like he'll be able to sense your attack coming already, and well that, and he'll be able to sense like your intent. So okay, so first layer of sealing, of sensory, will be Frog Kata, as it uses nature chakra as an extension of one's body. So he's able to sense the nature chakra around him. So it would also, and he's also has like mastered sage mode. So this is so as soon as he's in sage mode, he already has like those that passive sensory, and then KCM is another layer. As with KCM, he can sense intent and emotion, and even while he was like blinded. Um, I'm gonna get the scan for it, but in it he specifically states, "Oh yeah, I was able to sense your emotion. I was able to sense your intent, even in like the blinding light." So Naruto couldn't see in that moment, and he still was able to sense like where they were coming from to like counterattack. And
I
then
think
oh,
I think I got a counter for that. Yeah.
and then there's and then you have another layer here with 6 paths Sage mode, amping both abilities as it's stated to be like the ultimate like sensory capability that would include.
Yeah, just post skins for that.
Just wait a second. It's a good bit. Sorry.
Hello?
Still here.
Alright, yeah, did you get those scans yet?
I have most of it, but I'm getting this one specific one.
Alright.
All right. Those are all the scans for it.
I'll look at these real quick. Okay, so does he do this by detecting life force?
Nope.
Because
He
because like one
he
of the
just
scans you,
senses your emotions. He senses your emotions. He senses
but
he
one
can
of
sense what you're about to do via a nature chakra, and then he has just regular. And both of those are in this third layer of six paths sage mode is rec is being able to do that to a much higher extent. As you have to look at the bottom of the data book scan, but it's the sensing ability of Madara as the Ten Tails host is matched or exceeded. It's the height of sensory ability. So he has
that's
even greater sensory ability with six paths sage mode.
the thing is that that scan you post that says like he does it like via detecting life force.
But which scan?
The bottom one. And hope people would use it to connect their life force to understand each other, which would eventually the world would attempt to change in the way in the long run. And like it's even like saying that it's a technique.
Okay, no, that's just six paths mode in general. It's talk like this part is talking
Ah,
about the jutsu itself, not like the sensory capability. The sensory capability is this bottom corner one. So guess that was kind of like an indirect straw man, but I
yeah.
don't want to
Sorry if I kind
claim
of
that. Nor
strawmanned you, but
you're all right. It's just
what's it called? So like, does he like do it like looking at me, sensing some kind of like aura, like how?
um nope. He just does it passively. He with KCM he can sense your emotions. With Sage mode he can sense the nature energy. He has threat perception, and so he knows when something is a threat to him. And with six paths sage mode, would it gives another layer as he just as it either just amps those abilities to their highest extent, it or it just amps the sage mode one.
Okay, I will grant that it can like passively like sense emotions, but like actually, wait, never mind. Because like in one of the scans you posted, it says like like he can sense. Oh wait. Like yeah, I know it's passive, but like does it like sense like your aura, or like does it like have to like look at you? Like
It
I
doesn't
know
have
it's
to look at you. It senses like you in general. Like you could say it senses your aura, but with at the very least sage mode, it it increases threat perception. So he basically he can feel everything around him, and it's his. So he basically feels everything around him, so he's able to sense where everything is in correlation to him.
I think I might have accounted this. I don't have a direct counter to this, but one thing I'm gonna ask is how exactly, like, yeah, you can read my emotions, but how is that gonna really counter my time beam?
Like he'll sense what you're about to do, or like he'll sense what you're about to do, and he'll be able to avoid it in time. Like he'll avoid it before you even like fire it off, because he'll sense because one he'll sense the malice of what you're trying to do with your time beam, and he'll be able to avoid it, and he'll be able to sense like the threat perception of it, and meaning he'll know what you are trying to do. So with the malice point, he'll know that you're trying to attack him, and with the threat perception, he'll know. And like and what everything you can, he'll be able to sense that you're trying to do, that you're charging up this like beam attack or
Well, he
along
doesn't
those lines.
really. He doesn't, well, Ben doesn't really have to charge it up. It kind of just happens. Like he can just shoot it out whenever he wants, really. But like, yeah, like he like can sense like my emotions, like when the battle's about to start. Or, like if I say like Ben's just gonna fire off his time beam right away, since this is out of character, like you're saying he's gonna like avoid it, so he's just gonna like kind of like dodge it via movement, or like what is he gonna do?
Uh, yeah, he'll more so move out the way.
Yeah, I mean Ben could just keep firing it until it touches you, really.
Like, but the thing is, with my sensory capability, I'll always be able to sense where it is and where it's going, so you won't be able to touch me with it.
Hmm. I mean, but you said yourself like he only knows like the intent you have. He doesn't like how would that really grant like he's gonna know like exactly what to do? Because you yourself
Like
said
the
that like
thing
you
is,
could
I
just
said
sense
no.
intent.
Like before, that was with KCM. With the Sage mode, I said that he can, and since he's able to sense the nature energy that's all around us, then then he can sense every he senses where stuff is in correlation to him.
Hmm.
So well, he can look in all directions without actually looking in all directions. He just feels where they are.
All right. Well, well, I'm just gonna say that like I don't know what this ability is called, but I'm just gonna say like Ben is gonna like slow down time for you to like make himself seem faster. I'll get you that
Uh, yeah, but
because
how would that really work against the you like how would that work against three layers? That may be able to work against one layer, but how would that work in correlation to the other like two?
but the thing is that I'm not like even like arguing resistances like to it. I'm arguing like something that's like completely different from it. Like I'm arguing like a form of like time hacks. Like yeah, he can sense what I'm about to do, but like how is he gonna stop me from like slowing down time for you? So like it makes me look like he's about to get blitzed. and I'll get you that scan.
All right then. Yes. Okay, yeah, I know this scene. I guess then I'll just argue that he's gonna make like thousands of clones, and you won't be able to tell the difference between the real one and him. So you'll just be like doing it to a clone while he's just barraging you with these clones, or the other like 99 clone, or like the other 999 clones are just gonna be like bum rushing you, even if the like original is.
The thing is that this is like an area of effect attack, so clones are not really gonna like matter really. Like it works like pretty much like he's just gonna like slow down time for them as well. And I can also argue that Ben himself can create his own clones. Do you want me to like post scans for like the whole like clones thing for me?
No, I know how you make clones. Ditto, I think Echo can make clones, and
Alien X can also make clones.
Yeah, that too. Okay, well. In that case, then I'm just gonna argue fear manip then, because Naruto was like Karama can just like make you see him, and like you won't, and he'll like induce like so much fear in you, you just like fall to your knees and won't do it before. Or
Fear manip. Okay, so are you gonna like post like more scans, or is this the only one?
I think this is the only one I got.
Okay, but how exactly would this grant fear manip? Because like that could just mean like this guy that's shown you're just like scared of like this like one like some like big ass monster here. How does that like automatically grant fear manip?
That's the fear. Like Karama is gonna induce like that fear in you.
Well, where does it really show that? Like from what you've shown, like this doesn't like automatically grant fear manip because like yeah, I could be like scared of like okay, let's say like you know this guy is scared of like some kind of like monster, but that doesn't really grant fear manip because he's not really using a form of hacks to do it. It's just like kind of like the way he looks and like the things like he does. Like this doesn't automatically grant fear manip. Like for like an action, like I'll give you like an example of like what like something that would actually grant fear manip. Like Hal Jordan's ring, for example, could literally like make like can use like fear manip against Superman because he's like making Superman's greatest fears come true, which he's like shown before. Like what you've shown doesn't automatically grant fear manip.
Right. Well, let me get the. This is supposed to be this like panel that was before it. So basically, Naruto looks at you and like he makes you see just like Kurama. So I guess that would be like a fear manip like genjutsu, if you want. Like that's at least what this could be implying. God, my voice is going weird today.
Okay, so this isn't like passive. He actually has to like do something for it, right?
Like yeah, he kind of just has to look at you.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna say like before he could even like activate the ability, Ben's already gonna be like slowing down time for him and just blitz him like that.
Even if he slows down time, how would that stop him from just looking at you? Because again, he just does that by looking at you.
I mean, it's like from like what you've shown. Oh, wait. Well, if he just needs to like look at me, I'm just gonna say that like Ben again is just gonna like go into like his non like physical form and like not even like look at him really, and then use the whole ability of like slowing down time and blitz.
Hmm.
And like Clockwork could also like completely stop time as well. So I could also just argue that, but I'm not gonna right now.
All right. Well,
Any counters?
I don't. No, I want to
Alright, so
just. No, wait, hold on. 'Cause I was about to say if we want to go to conclusions, but then. But wait, it's not even. It wouldn't even be my turn. That's uh, yeah. You can go now because I accept the overall counter.
alright. Let me see what other win cons I have. I guess I'll argue time raise. Time raise, these time raise can rapidly age you into dust. And I'm also gonna argue this to be layered as well, because Ben's time raise overpowered Eon's time raise, which can rapidly age you into dust.
All right. Well,
And keep in mind when like Eon was like firing two time rays at him, Ben overpowered both of them with like his single time ray.
all right then. I'm going to argue then. Um, yeah, all right. I'll accept that because I was gonna counter with Chakra being immortal, but I can't find the scans for that.
I mean, even then, this time ray could like nag like immortalities type 1 and 3.
Which of those is like agelessness?
Type 1 immortality is eternal life. And like this snags type 1 and 3 immortality.
All right then. So all right. I'll accept that. So yes. Let me see if I have any more. All right. Well, I guess want to go to conclusions then because I think I'm spent on the cons.
You sure?
All right. So
You sure you don't have any more win cons?
Like, yeah, because everything else I was gonna bring up kind of gets negged by your fucking time stop and time slowdown ability.
Even doesn't Naruto have like some kind of like void manip?
I don't know how the fuck to argue that. Man, if I could argue that, then I would. And even then, like, you probably would just argue, like, you'd still grandstand that fucking time stop or time in whatever. And that you'd also, like, try to say that you have the, like, since the Omnitrix is able to survive in a void of nothingness, he would be able to counter the void manip, so.
Alright, well, could I give like one last win con?
Sure.
Alright, let's see what I got. And this long ass thread I made. Alright, let's see what I got in this. There it is. Alright, well, I'm going to argue, hmm. Sorry if I'm taking a little bit.
It don't matter. I don't have anything else anyway.
Well, this is pretty much like a mixture of like possession and transmutation. This is like when like not Vilgax, Ghost Freak escaped like from the Omnitrix, and like he went to like Vilgax's like planet, and Vilgax even said, you know, Ghost Freak was like possessing everyone and like turning them into like his species, and like they're only like strictly loyal to Ghost Freak now.
Yeah, I actually have seen that too, and I don't know if I have a counter to that. Like, yeah, I don't know if I have a counter to like transmutation specifically. So, Yeah, I guess I'll give you that too. I don't know if I have.
All right, so I guess we could go to conclusions now. I guess I'll start off. So, okay, so you first try to argue cellular destruction. Then I like tried to argue, I'm gonna go into a non-physical form. Um, yeah, you did counter my whole non-physical form thing, but then I just came back with type 8 immortality, which you accepted, so I thought I took that point. And
Yeah, you did.
one thing that I was kind of interesting that I've like never really heard anyone argue was like breaking the Omnitrix, which was kind of interesting. So I guess I'll like say like it was like an interesting argument, but I still do like think I countered that. You even like accepted my counter, and then you argued sealing, and then I countered with like the ability to like slow down time for you to make himself seem faster and just like blitz before you could even try like sealing me, and then you tried arguing like
I think you argue. Now before that, you argue BFR.
oh yeah, I tried grandstanding BFR, which I will give you like you did kind of like cancel it out here, but then I just countered with like the whole like ability to like slow down time for you to make me seem faster, and then you tried like arguing like fear manip, but then I again just grandstanded like the whole like slowing down time ability for you and like going into like a non-physical form, so you like won't even be able to like look at me. And then oh yeah, one thing I also forgot to mention was the time beam with BFR. You even said like you couldn't like counter that.
Like no, that was the first time, and then I counted it with the whole
oh yeah,
3-layered
but
sensory. You accepted that, and then
yeah, okay.
and then you brought up the slow down
Like
and stop.
like for like no for like the cellular destruction, I countered it with like BFR. But anyway, I also brought up time rays, possession, transmutation, which weren't countered either. So overall, I think I took the win with like high-low difficulty.
Uh,
So like, do you want to give your conclusion?
well, you basically covered everything, but I kind of just would disagree on the diff. I'd say it's more like mid, but that's just me. So for whoever was here for that whole shit show, you want to give that conclusion?
And if you guys aren't like actual judges, you could just like give your thoughts on it if you want.
Oh yeah.
All right. So for me, all right, we'll do this. All right. So starting off, right, Alistair argued cellular destruction, the Ross and Shuriken. Now, if I'm correct, Slick, you did bring up Alien X surviving in like a void, right?
Yeah.
I mean, was that left up to the judges, or did that counter that? I can't quite remember.
No, I countered it with like BFR and stuff. But yeah, I did bring up like Void Minute, not like on that specific point though. It was like the whole point of like breaking the Omnitrix.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, like he argued. That's what we're kind of getting to next. That's kind of like the main thing here. Like, so he argued cellular destruction to destroy the Omnitrix, right?
No, like he first argued to like cellularly destroy me, not like the Omnitrix.
Well, yeah, but you argue Type 8, right? But
Yeah.
he switched to arguing he was going to destroy that on a cellular level, right?
Yeah.
Like in theory, yeah.
Yeah.
But you argued what exactly?
I countered it with like Alien X surviving like with the Omnitrix in a void of nothingness.
Oh yeah, then that GG on that. Like that's way beyond cellular, bro. That's like a form of
Yeah.
Dude, that's even like that's like way beyond even like subatomic.
Yeah, that's quite literally void manip. That's like
Yeah,
Just a form
resistance
of
is to
resistance
poison
erasure.
it.
So yeah, like cellular was definitely hard countered on that. So moving on, like magnet style sealing, I remember that specifically. You argued a couple things for it, back and forth. So you argued. What did you exactly argue for this?
So I tried to like grandstand BFR, but then like he kind of countered it with like, like he'll like be able to like passively read my emotions. So then I just said that like I'm gonna like use this ability at like the beginning of the battle to like slow down time for you to make me seem faster and just blitz.
And all right. So did Alistair come back with like any type of what did you say, Alistair, after that to try to counter it?
I tried to argue like fear manip, like when he look, like if Naruto looks at you, he can make you see Kurama, and it'll like, it, like, and it'll like and it'll like make you kind of like shook in your presence, and then like he like grandstanded the whole the slow down time thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the whole slow down time thing wasn't really necessarily like countered directly.
Yeah,
Like it
no.
wasn't any. Okay. Well, I had to go on that.
It was like still like accepted as a counter.
Yeah. All right. Well, Slick would have to take that. I mean,
Yeah, like I actually thought I was about to get like shat on that point.
Well,
yeah. I mean,
I don't.
to be
Naruto doesn't really have any sort of time hack, so or like time hacks resistance. So I don't. So I couldn't counter it with anything.
Oh yeah, I just said like at the beginning of the battle, like since we're like I kind of went like I didn't necessarily argue, but I was kind of going off like standard battles. Sometimes we're gonna be at like a 10 to 20 meter distance, so he's already gonna be like slowing down time at the beginning.
Yeah. So the final point was exactly. So Alistair brought up one final point, correct?
No, I kind of just.
Oh, okay.
Like,
Well, overall, then with that
on
being
win
said,
cons, I guess.
Yeah, then I just brought up two more win cons, which was time raise, possession, transmutation, and they weren't countered.
yeah. Well, due to that, then I was just making sure I didn't mishear anything. But due to that, I would say Slick. There's really no way for Slick to truly be killed. The Type 8 was grandstanded. The time raise were. Everything else pretty much was. Um, yeah, I mean, I'd have to give this Slick. I mean, give this debate to Slick more often than not. Probably, I would say baseline mid diff, but overall, Slick took it more often than not. That's my judgment, though. Anyone else have anything to say?
And give your thoughts, maybe.
Like Kira or anyone?
I mean, you don't necessarily have to judge; just give your thoughts, really.
I mean, overall,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's the recording.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
All right, so
Damn. Forward again. All right. So is this like loss number 4? All right. Nice.